Hello and welcome to another Muzzpression. My name is Muzz and this is my impressions for Kena Bridge of Spirits, a game that I am really enjoying at the moment. It comes from us from Ember Labs. It is a game where your protagonist Kena is a spirit guide. She is basically been handed down this role from her family, it seems. We don't really know a lot about it at the moment. Although I've just had a thought that could relate to the game, but I'm not going to tell you because that might spoil something. And basically she helps spirits who are kind of trapped or have a score to settle in the real world move on to the afterlife. She resolves their issue and then they move on to the afterlife, wherever that may be. And the game is... the story is quite interesting at the minute with the... I've just completed the first area where you help a family, and it is quite a touching moment. I will say that this game is, well, it is very light-hearted with a lot of its themes. There is obviously death and moving on, and it is, you do get quite attached to the spirits that you're trying to help, and when they're gone, you know, it's a bittersweet feeling because you're like, you've helped them, but also you won't see them in the story again, which kind of sucks because some of the characters in that first area were quite enjoyable. And it's got an interesting kind of themes with the story, are quite interesting with death, but obviously it's done in quite a light-hearted way. There is that element of darkness there, but I do like that it is keeping on the lighter side. I think it works for this style of game, especially with the whole other aspects of the game that really make it cutesy and very child friendly, shall we say. But that is not to detract from the game itself. The game is a enjoyable experience. I love, so basically there's a centre village that everybody has, unfortunately it seems like, moved on in terms of their life, and it's an abandoned ruin, and you can kind of rebuild it. You can get out the poison, the corruption, whatever you want to call it. I swear it's called every name under the sun in this game. I believe the first name they called it was the Dark Heart, which honestly is what I'd stick with, but they've kind of jumped from like one character will call it this, another character will call it this, and it's just like, okay, we get it. It's bad, is what you need to know. Basically, it kills all the wildlife, takes all the colour out of the environment. When you defeat it, it brings back the colour, and I'm really loving that. With the village, you can kind of restore, and the spirits again, they thank you for doing that. It is a story that is making me want to go through the game and see it through, because I think the overall narrative of it is quite interesting and they are doing some cool things with the narrative. Kena is kind of a blank slate actually. I don't really know. She's obviously brave and all that, but she never really shows it in the cutscenes. She's more like, it's all the other characters that kind of show that personality, or that she's more just there to kind of like guide them through. But I would like to see more from her as a character, and I hope as the story progresses we'll find out a bit more about her, because we don't really know that much about her, and kind of what her desires, why she's there, all that good stuff. Hopefully we will find out in the not so distant future. So moving on to the other bit, one of probably the biggest section of gameplay is the combat. The combat is simple, but it has enough variety to kind of keep it interesting. It's I don't want to call it, it's like Dark Souls, the combat. You've got a light attack and a heavy attack, but it's a lot more simplified than that. You also have, you know, you've got special abilities in there. You've got arrows, you've got bombs, and the variety of enemies so far has really actually kept the combat very interesting. There is weight behind the strikes, so you really feel them. The arrows are these like light arrows that she kind of forms out of the energy that she is able to control, and same with the bombs. You can throw a bomb, it sticks to them, you've got to shoot it to kind of blow it up, and it does get really challenging. I'm playing on hard, and some of the boss fights, some of the encounters, you really have to be on your game, and you have to utilize your abilities to actually progress, because some of them are really challenging. The combat encounters are good. I'm enjoying it. I'm not felt any fatigue from the combat, because it is quite a heavy portion of the gameplay, but I think it is doing a very good job. It's solid. If I was nitpicking, I wish there was more combos. I wish there was more potential abilities in there, special abilities that you could do, but I think the combat is serviceable, and I think it's going to see me through to the end, and I will have fun with it. Other aspects of the gameplay are like finding secrets and all that, but yeah, the overall gameplay is solid, and I am enjoying it. The world of Kenna is, I don't actually know if the world has a name, or maybe I just missed it, but it is beautiful, but it is a bit generic. It's like fantasy, a lot of crystals, a lot of grass, forest areas, dark forest. It's very generic, but the art style is very nice. It's very pleasant on the eye. When you get to like high vistas and you can have a look around, the art style really pops, and the animation in the cutscenes are beautiful. Like, normally when they do, like, they kind of change the art style, or they don't, not, it's not that they're changing the art style for the cutscenes, but they're keeping the art style, but they're maybe up-resing it a little bit. It can kind of take you out of the experience, but although the cutscenes are better done, there's more animation in them, there's more detail in them, it doesn't detract from the art style of the gameplay. It actually complements it. It just makes these scenes that are emotional, that have more impact, it allows it to do that. It allows it to show more, to give it this couple minute sequence where it's focused on the characters, and it really allows the animators to really go wild and have fun with it, and it looks incredible. The animated cutscenes are fantastic. Music's also really good. I like there was only one bit of music that I was like, okay, we need to move out of this area because it's doing my nutting. But the combat music is fine. Again, complementing the animated cutscenes, beautiful music with the cutscenes that just amplify it up a level. And then we come to the rot. Look at these little guys. I mean, are they not just going to sell so much merchandise off this? I already want one. Look at those eyes.
Aww, it's alright. What happened here, little guy?
The animation's very good. Alright, so all the stuff that I've been talking about has been about the gameplay, but the rots are a key element of this game. And now I'm not someone who likes cute stuff, you know. I like maybe a husky puppy. If you show me that, I'd go, that's cute. But yeah, cutesy kind of stuff like this doesn't really do it for me. The roots are doing it for me. They are so goddamn cute. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about them. I don't know if it's the way they look up at Kenna and just worship her, or they're just the way, if you're climbing along a ledge, they'll teleport onto the ledge as you're going along, or they celebrate when they get another root. I will say the name is not that good. They're called rots, and I've been calling them roots, which they should be called, but apparently they're called the rots, which in my mind just rotten. You know, that's what it reminds me of. But the roots sounds better. So if I do it again, I apologise. So they are what you use for your special abilities. They are for your big hammer attack. They kind of form at the end of your stick and jump out. You can use them for the bow. They pick things up for you. They basically, I don't want to say that they're your slaves, but yeah, they're not your slaves because they're happy to be there. I think they're doing this all off their own back. They want to help, kinda, and it's good to see. They are just, yeah, they're just nice. I don't know what it is about them. They have this cutesy little voice which normally would not work on me, but it's working on me. I guess it's just the whole presentation of the game. They've done a really good job of putting you in this world where, while these things are cute, there's also other things that really are the complete opposite, that are scary, that are terrifying to actually look at and think about. And the final nail in the coffin for the roots, or the good coffin in this case, is that you can put hats on them. You can put hats on them, and they all have little individual hats as they're running about with you in the game, and it just makes them look even cuter. And I'm gonna just kind of go on about this a little bit longer, but I don't want to, so I'm gonna stop. So the roots are the rots are cute. Don't like the name, but they are cute. Again, if I was nitpicking, want a wee bit more variety in there. They all look the same. Maybe some different colours, maybe some different sizes. Don't know, but they are cute as hell, and it's worked on me. I want a little plushie or something of them, but I won't get that, not for a while anyway. Anyway, Kena, Bridge of Spirits. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's a great game at the moment. This is a game that I am really invested in. The combat is solid. The presentation of it is fantastic. The story is good. Want to see a bit more from Kenna, but what you're doing with the spirits, you learn about them, you learn why they're kind of troubled, why they've not moved on, and you help them out. Or in some cases, you defeat them in battle, and that helps them somehow, some way. But anyway, that is Kenna. I'm going to play more of it. Hopefully I'll do a final word on it. If you have any thoughts on this game, or you have any questions, let me know down below. And with all that said, all that's left to say is any thoughts, comments, general hostile remarks, leave them below. Thank you very much. Bye bye. What the first attack? I shouldn't be there. Okay, courage. Give me courage, please. Is there one more in his back? Yep. I need the courage, right? Don't do the heavy attack, man. No, need help, please. I can parry, but no. Not gonna do that. Don't you waste this goddamn opportunity. I'll cheese it at the end there just so we got it done. Thank goodness for that. I thought it was gonna blow up. Not the cleanest performance, but a performance nonetheless. Bye bye. Oh, it's so satisfying to just watch it all explode away.